July 2nd, 2022. Halfcast 320, episode 320. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Ex-boyfriend arrested in fatal shooting of young mother. I don't care what circumstances, what relationship or not relationship that someone may have. Killing the mother of your own child is an especially heartless and gutless act. To make it even worse, he killed this girl while his daughter was along with her. He did it in front of his own child. Asia Johnson's ex-boyfriend was arrested for his potential involvement in the 20-year-old's fatal shooting Wednesday night. NYPD commissioner confirmed the arrest in a tweet Friday night. Isaac Argro, 22, was charged with murder and criminal possession of a weapon for allegedly killing Johnson, who was walking with her 3-month-old daughter when she was shot point blank in the back of the head. Coward. Argro is that child's father. Sources told Pix 11 News Argro was found in Brownsville, Brooklyn by United States Marshals and the NYPD Fugitive Task Force. From there, he was taken to the NYPD's 19th precinct. Definitely one of the cases where I would have banged his head against the cruiser a few times while he was getting in. Watch your steps, sir. Sources told Pix 11 News that just before the shooting, Johnson texted family members. She told them she felt bad about her child's father was not in her life. She added she was going to meet him. No, that last piece just gives me the whole vibe that all the way up until the end, she was just hoping that at some point they could reach some type of common ground, that he would get it together. Lisa DeSort, Johnson's mother, has been outspoken about her daughter's experience with domestic violence, but she added, despite calling the police multiple times, nothing was done. No, police said it's not harassment. He's just mad. DeSort said at a vigil Thursday. I said, no, he's going to kill my daughter, and he killed my daughter. That's all I'm going to say. My deepest condolences go out to that young woman's mother, friends, and family. He applied to work for Grove City Police. They arrested him instead. I'm sorry, sir. The position you applied for has been filled, but we have another position for you. Assume the position. A man looking for work with the Grove City Police Department was arrested instead after officers found an out-of-state warrant on his record. So if you walk into any police precinct or any courthouse and you give your name, I don't care if you're going in to file a complaint yourself. If your name pops up in the system as you having a warrant on Jupiter, they're going to detain your ass. These are definitely things you should know walking in. Austin Beauchamp had applied for a Grove City Police communications technician job. I think that's a 911 dispatcher. A department spokesman told NBC4 on Friday. During the interview process, a detective was following standard procedure and ran a background check on Beauchamp. That background check turned up an arrest warrant for Beauchamp for a statutory rape charge out of North Carolina. So we're not just talking about a few parking tickets or ripping the tags off of mattresses. This man had a whole rape charge. After receiving the results of the background check, Grove City Police said they arrested Beauchamp on June 22nd, where he lived in Central Ohio. The department said the warrant stemmed from an incident at a home in Guilford County in North Carolina, and Beauchamp and the victim knew each other. Prior to applying for the communications technician job, Grove City Police said it was aware Beauchamp was working as a summer instructor for a youth social services program. The department could not confirm to NBC4 the specific program where Beauchamp was employed. Authorities took Beauchamp to the Franklin County Jail after arresting him. Grove City Police expected him to be extradited back to Guilford County for trial. So, what was this an ongoing case? This was still pending. He was still going to court for this, and he thought if he just go to the next state over, he can apply for a job at another police department. And Beauchamp was gone from Franklin County inmate records when NBC4 checked on Friday. No Guilford County trial record was available for Beauchamp as of Friday because the North Carolina court does not allow online record access without a paid license. NBC4 does not identify victims of sexual crimes. Hotel employee gunned down after man's entry to nightclub denied. What is this? Night at the Roxbury? You pop a breath mint and try another club. Police in Miami Beach, Florida. Miami? It's a million clubs in Miami. Change your shirt, put on some Axe body spray, and go across the street to the next palm tree. Police in Miami Beach, Florida say that a man shot and killed a hotel employee early Friday morning after he was denied entry into a nightclub. The shooting took place at the Clevelander Hotel, where police found the 50-year-old victim, Dion David Moore, a front desk employee, lying in a pool of blood, NBC6 reported, citing an arrest report from the Miami Beach Police Department. When someone has been doing security, when someone has been bouncing, when someone has just been the doorman for a club or a public establishment for a while, you can just tell when someone's giving off a vibe that you don't want mingling with the other party goers. According to the report, the suspected shooter, 29-year-old Brandon Cortez Burris, had been allegedly failing to sneak into a nightclub at the hotel. Now, for a nightclub hotel, would you have to have a room or at least be with somebody who has a room in the hotel and not just a walk in off the streets? After he tried a few times, Morris asked Burris to leave the premises after getting into an argument. Burris allegedly attempted to punch Moore and later pulled out a gun and opened fire, NBC6 reported. And that right there is why he did not want to let you in the club. Police later found Burris, who allegedly had a gun in his waistband after he fled the scene. He faces a charge of second-degree murder with a weapon, according to the news station. Stun gun plan to kidnap ex-boyfriend ends poorly for Columbus woman with prison time. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that any plan that involves a stun gun is not a very good plan. A failed plot to kidnap a Hilliard couple has left a 41-year-old woman with an 8-year prison sentence. A judge sentenced Denia I. Avila of Columbus to 8 years in prison Friday for conspiring on two separate occasions to kidnap her ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend in 2019, according to a news release from U.S. Attorney Kenneth L. Parker. So after the first failed kidnapping attempt, because who gives up after the first failed kidnapping attempt? Who put the idea on the table that the stun gun is all you need to really make it happen? Avila, who reportedly exploited her ex's immigration status to carry out her scheme, that's some real dirtbag shit, recruited seven others to assist her, two of whom donned black face masks while approaching the victims near their Hilliard home in the early morning hours of November 25th, 2019. The new girlfriend screamed after one of Abila's co-conspirators deployed a stun gun against her boyfriend's neck, Parker said, but both victims successfully fended off their attackers. A butter knife with the cream cheese still on it would have still been a little bit more intimidating than a stun gun. After the first failed kidnapping attempt, Avila tried to kidnap them again a week later. Got to strike while the iron's hot, baby. We got him on the ropes. But to no avail, Parker said. The 41-year-old block the victim's car, age shaming. Why it got to be about her being 41? Block the victim's car to prevent them from leaving their Hilliard home, while two co-conspirators disguised as law enforcement officers presented a fake arrest warrant to the victims. Who went with her on this bullshit the first time around that didn't lose her on the second go round when she said all you got to do is put on this police uniform? Despite demands from the co-conspirators that the victims get out of their car, they drove over a curb and escaped. Yeah, they're hip. They're not scared of you anymore. They had the heads up. According to Parker, detectives found two videos in which Avila and one of her co-conspirators talked about kidnapping and hurting the victims. Is there anything that people will not record? All while a taser and leg shackles could be seen in the videos. Did the detectives have to take this to a specialist to make sure it wasn't somebody's poor acting attempt? Avila reportedly said she knew the victims would be fearful to report the incident to police as she helped illegally smuggle her ex-boyfriend back into the US after he was deported. The 41-year-old pleaded guilty to conspiring to kidnap in October 2021. Once her 96-month prison sentence is up, she will be placed under 3 years of court supervision, Parker said. She was also slapped with a $1,396 restitution fine. Other co conspirators were also charged in relation to the kidnapping scheme in July 2020, including three Columbus residents and a man from Canal, Winchester. At no point did any of them tell that woman to just let that shit go and let that man be happy. Fun show. Fun show. Fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.